start today. So let us pray to Shri Radha Gomiji for his mercy, and also seek blessings of NND Prabhuji, who is the temple president at ISKCON Temple, Ulai, Mangaluru. Om Agyan Timirandhasya Jnananjan Shalakya Chakshur Unmilitam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namah. Om Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Peshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine. Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advait Gadadhar, Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda, He Krishna Karna Sindhu, Deen Bandhu Jagatpate, Gopesh Gopika Kanta, Shri Radha Kanta Namostute, Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi, Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari, Vrashabhanu Sute Devi, Pranamami Hari Priye, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we have seen the first part, the various formations. Sanjay is describing in Dhritarashtra about Duryodhana's appraisal of relative fighting strength of Pandavas. He examined both the armies, and then he talks to Doracharya, and he wants to irritate his mind or provoke his mind, or irritate anger in his mind, because he was a person who had trained Drupad's son, Drushtadumna, who was a captain or chief of army on the Pandava side. So, and because now at this stage, Drona was fighting on behalf of the Kauravas. So he wanted that to irritate, and also he wanted to protect Bhishma by reminding everybody that he's an old person, and of course also reminding him that he was very sure of their support, because he knew the 4 reasons we gave why he was sure of support of Drona and Bhishma in the battle. The first was, of course, that they remained silent during the match. They remained silent during the disrobing or humiliation of Draupadi. Also, they were financially dependent, and also Bhishma has taken a vow to protect the crown of Hastinapur, or the throne of Hastinapur, whatever righteous or wrong actions were taken by the king. So these are some of the reasons. Then Arjuna wants Krishna to take his, chariot to be taken in between, so that he can assist the Kauravas' strength as well as evaluate his own side strength. But Krishna, the immediate question comes, why Krishna had permitted this battle to happen? It was Krishna's design. We know that the reasons why this was carried out in Kurukshetra, and why it turned out to be a Dharmakshetra on the part of Pandavas, because Krishna wanted to remove in the paddy field, sometimes unwanted growth of grass and other plants is there. So Krishna wanted to remove this unwanted wheat or grass from the field of Dharmakshetra. Then only the dharma, or the paddy crop can grow very well. So that was one point. So we discussed how to understand Gita, and also then Duryodhana approaches Dronacharya, irritates him, provokes his mind, and invokes anger in him. Thereafter, after he describes the different formation and the Maharathis who were present on the side of Pandavas and Kauravas, then there is this is description of Ashwini armies on both sides, 7 and 11. 7 were on the side of Pandavas, but Krishna was there, who is the father of religion. So they were the stronger as compared to the Duryodhana's army, which had 11 Ashwini Senas, and Krishna had given those Ashwini Senas. So he is comparing the warriors. Then he describes the strengths of own army, and also request his army to support Bhishma. Then Krishna, the concepts are known, Panchajana Devadatta Pandra. and Anant Vijay, Subhosha, and Mani Pushpak of those 5 Pandavas, and they were transcendental. Then we discussed different names of Lord Krishna. I did tell you that in entire Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has been addressed by 68 names and Arjuna by 23 names. Each has a very, very significant meaning. Each one, whether it is for Krishna or Arjuna, more so for Krishna, of course. Then after how the hearts of Kauravas were shattered, and why Pandavas were not affected when the Bhishma and the other his captains blew the conch shell. So the reasons why there were signs of victory on the part of Pandava, we all discussed these 7-8 points. Arjuna calls Lord as Achyuta. Achyuta means Akshara. One who does not fall down from his transcendental position and never fails to love his devotees or protect his devotees when they are in difficulty. So Lord Krishna is Achyuta because he took up the role of a charioteer, being the supreme personality of Godhead, becoming charioteer. He loves so much his pure devotee that for the sake of Arjuna, he became a charioteer. This is the quality of supreme personality of Godhead, that he derives pleasure in serving his devotees. So we can see here, analogy is given, then Lord, whatever is seen, he sees that after seeing all these, well-wishers, relatives, grandfathers, people equal to his father, Dronacharya, his guru, Kripacharya, and all those persons, he is moved now. He has lost his composure, and what happens now, we shall now study in this section. So we'll begin today's section with these verses. Arjuna's mind reels, thinking how the battles will finish his family and traditions. He sees great reactions, abating if he kills his family members. Feeling it better to be killed unarmed than to fight, Arjuna, his mind overwhelmed with grief, casts aside his bow and sits down upon his chariot. So these are material conception of life. Arjun Baba, by seeing his relatives and teachers and sons, grandsons, and all those soldiers, and of course he knew the both sides soldiers are going to be killed, so he was very much upset. And does anybody remember what were the 5 reasons given by Arjuna that he is not going to fight? Anybody can unmute or please tell. What are the 5 reasons Arjuna gave that he will not fight?
All the belongs Pita
Mataji, your voice is
Kha Bhrata. So all the relatives.
Yes. Anybody else would like to try? Hare Krishna. So anyway, we'll come to it. First was compassion. Second was no enjoyment. Third, he was fearful of...
Varna Shankara, there will be disturbance.
Yeah, Mataji, first was compassion. Second was, in fact, that compassion. Second was sinful reactions will occur. Thirdly, he thought there will be no enjoyment if I kill all my relatives and friends. Then family traditions will be, of course, destroyed. As you said, Varna Shankara, we'll come to it afterwards. It is after effect of the destruction of family tradition. And last in chapter 2, he says he is indecisive. So these are 5 reasons which he gives. So reactions after seeing when his chariot was brought by Krishna in the middle of the 2 armies, then Arjuna's symptoms were, the basic symptoms were that after seeing the relatives on the other side, who were Dronacharya, Kripacharya, Pitama Bhishma, his cousin brothers, his friends, his other relatives, and Kripacharya, Drona were gurus, and also sons of his friends or cousins, and there are so many soldiers on the other side. So he was moved by compassion for them. First was compassion. Second, he thought there shall be no enjoyment if I kill all the people. So the happiness is always shared with near and dear ones, relatives and friends. But everybody is killed in the battle, then with whom I shall share all my happiness of winning this battle. And third was that if he kills those people, then sinful reaction. Killing is considered to be a sinful activity. So if I kill all these people, then sinful reactions will incur upon me. And fourth was, of course, destruction of family tradition. And in chapter 2, 2.6, we'll come to know that it was part of his indecision. So we'll take up each one, each one of them, these symptoms. So first was compassion. I'll read from this text, then I'll come to it. Limbs of the symptoms. Now, symptoms were that firstly, his hair started standing on their end. Second, the skin was burning. Third, his mouth was becoming dry. Fourth, his limbs were quivering. His entire body was trembling. He was not able to stand. He had forgotten himself. Seventh point, he had not only forgotten, his mind was reeling, and the Gandhi board was slipping from his hands, and he wanted to sit down and not fight. So these are 8 symptoms which Arjuna felt. Now, reason, sympathy, and compassion. He was overwhelmed by the kindness. He was a pure Vaishnava and a very kind-hearted person, soft-hearted person. He was kind. So when he saw all the relatives and the gurus and the friends and cousins, then he thought that their death is imminent now because we are on the righteous path, and also Krishna is on our side. So their death is certain. And also, this is a sign of pure devotee of the Lord. Arjuna was astonished to their fighting spirit. Though he was astonished because he knew that he is on righteous path. The Duryodhana and his army is on path of irreligion. So still they are bent upon fighting, and they know that Krishna is on our side. Still they are bent upon fighting because ultimately they are going to be killed. So genuine devotees of Lord has all godly qualities. Non-devotees lack these qualities. We shall come to this when we discuss about divine and demonic qualities in chapter number 16. Then we'll come to know what are godly qualities and what are demonic qualities. So these are the reasons for the compassion. For the symptoms, his body was trembling, hair standing on the end, bow sleeping, skin burning. So in fact, in all these symptoms are material symptoms because he was not considering the righteous course which a Kshatriya, as a Kshatriya, he has to take, because he was writing for his rightful right to have the kingdom. And without fighting, he cannot get the kingdom. But his bodily concept, here was no material conception of life dominated over the spiritual concept of life over in the mind of Arjuna. So all these symptoms, they are based on that they will die, and when they die, then their death, he is not considering that body will die only, the soul will still remain. He is totally engrossed in the material conception of life. He is considering their bodies only, not but if they get killed, because spiritual concept was that if they get killed in war, even for an unholy cause, in the presence of Lord Krishna, they will get liberation. So he had totally forgotten these basic things. So he was in a total material conception of life at this stage. Now, verse number 30 says, he sees only nimittani, he just sees only causes of misfortune. Misfortune, Lord Krishna is with him. Now, as I mentioned, that this battle is happening because Krishna's will. Krishna wanted that these irreligious people should be killed. So, what Arjuna was forgetting himself, all those symptoms which he just now discussed, they are only material concept of life, because he wanted to satisfy his own senses. When that is a selfish attitude of life. He did not want to satisfy the Lord Krishna's senses, Govinda. And if Lord Krishna's senses will be satisfied, then senses of all living entities will also be satisfied. That is, if Krishna is happy, his senses are satisfied, the senses of Arjuna will also be satisfied. But here Arjuna is considering in material concept of life, not about Krishna, about his relatives at this stage. So he says that he is forgetting himself and his mind is reeling. He wants to sit down. So he is forgetting. This is weakness of the mind, weakness of a material mind, because he's totally materially engrossed with the concept that my relatives will be killed. So Nimittani Vipritani, he says that he sees only Nimittani Vipritani, he sees that in fact the Krishna is the protector and abode of everybody. Now he is Janardana basically. But here he says that if I fight and if I kill everybody here, then I see only misfortune. I do not see any good in it. When they are killed, I will not be happy even after winning. To the extent he says that it is better to die unarmed by Duryodhana rather than killed by all these relatives. Secondly, he wants that he can quit this battlefield and go to forest begging for his livelihood, for his subsistence from others, and live peacefully rather than killing all these people who are very respectable and highly placed. In fact, because being guru and being grandfather and all other senior persons or elders. So he is very much frustrated. He's now, why killing? Misfortune will come to me. So why am here and why should I kill them? Now he is forgetting, as I mentioned here, that he is interested in himself or his own welfare. When we are concerned with our own welfare, we think of satisfying our senses, we suffer. It is never permanent. But as mentioned earlier, that it was Krishna's will, and if Arjun was thinking of Krishna's satisfaction of Krishna's senses, that Krishna wanted this battle to happen so that the beasts or beasts or like Duryodhana and his people were eliminated from the Dharmakshetra, the field of paddy, the paddy field from which is considered to be the field of dharma. So he is considering himself or his own interest and seeing his own relatives in their bodily form only. Now Krishna is Keshava or killer of demon Keshi. So Arjuna is confused. When he killed the demons, Keshi, why he is asking me to kill all these people? Why he cannot do himself? So he expected to remove Arjuna's demons like doubts. So he wanted Krishna to remove the doubt which was in the form of demon in the mind. And Janardana word is also used here. Janardana means that Krishna is abode and protector of all living beings. Now, why Krishna is asking me to kill all my relatives, whereas he is a protector. He should be protecting. And if at all he has to kill the perpetrators of injustice, that is Duryodhana and other people are to be killed, why not Krishna himself kills? If Krishna himself kills all these people who are on the path of a religion, then no sinful reaction will happen. So these words, whatever address Krishna to Krishna, this Arjuna is giving, they all have high significant meanings here. So in this verse number 30, he says, Nimittani cha pashyami vipritani cha vipritani Keshva. I see only misfortune Keshva in killing these persons, because they are contradictory conditions. It is opposite to Nimittani. If I become the cause of their death, I see only causes of misfortune. Whereas Krishna is the Madhava. He is a lord of goddess of fortune. So why he is asking me to? And these are the symptoms which are described here. Parts of the body, limbs are quivering, mouth is drying up, whole body is trembling, hair of the body are standing on the end, hands, Gandhi is sleeping, and skin is burning, and legs are unable to stand any longer due to impatience. I'm forgetting myself, and my mind is reeling. Now he's confused totally, and due to weakness of the heart. She is only cause of misfortune. That is Nimittani Vipritani. So you can see this picture, that how he is overtaken by compassion for his relatives, and also that he is considering that it is going to be misfortune only if I kill all these people. Now, verse 31 says that so I narrated there are five basic reasons. First is compassion. Second, there is no enjoyment. Third is fearful. He was fearful of sinful reactions. Fourth was that family traditions will be destroyed if elders are killed. The role of elders, we shall discuss further on. That role of all elders is to institute purification processes or render sanskars. When sanskar, purifications of, children is done, then they become religious and righteous in their conduct and their life, and they seek for self-realization. But if elders are killed, the process of purification will not take place. And the process of purification will not take place, then the ladies or the women will become corrupt. When they will be corrupt, then, progeny, unwanted progeny shall be, or one Shankara shall be produced. And when one Shankara is produced, there shall be no religion, and there shall be only irreligion all around. And irreligious activity will lead to, firstly, they will lead to narak. That means the person who is doing it, it will go to hell. And Arjuna is thinking that if I do kill the elders, I will go to hell. Second, he thought all social productive activities, welfare activities will stop immediately, and there shall be chaos in this society. So these are the concept which he is having by killing elders. So Arjuna cannot enjoy at the cost killing in the kingdom. Now Arjuna is a Kshatriya, we know, and he is in the battlefield for a righteous cause. Unless he fights and kills Duryodhana and Kauravas, he cannot get the kingdom back. But he does not want it at the cost of killing relatives, because he is totally dominated by material concept of life or bodily concept of life. He is not forgetting his duty as a field. For a Kshatriya, in battlefield, it is his assigned duty to kill the enemy who is on a religious path. This is assigned duty of a Kshatriya. So basically, out of compassion and love for his relatives, and also not only relatives, he knew very well, not only the soldiers of the Kauravas army will be killed, but all the soldiers of his own army shall also be. So he's as I told you, he's a very kind and soft-hearted person. A pure devotee, a pure Vaishnava does not hurt anybody. He doesn't like to hurt anybody. So that is when he says that if everybody will be killed. Now when we are happy, we want to share our happiness with others, with our relatives and friends. We are happy, then we tell others, and we also enjoy and share our happiness with them, pleasure with them. But if all the relatives are killed, with whom he will share the kingdom, or the happiness of gaining the kingdom, or his rightful place. So he is, in fact, now Arjuna forgets that if a Kshatriya dies fighting in the battle, then he goes to heaven. And if a Kshatriya wins, then he stays on the planet and enjoys the kingdom itself. So he has completely overtaken by the compassion and material conception of life. So whatever, both way, Krishna will tell when the verses to come, that if you die as a Kshatriya, you will go to heaven because you are fighting for a righteous cause. And if you, if you win, then you will rule the planet and enjoy the kingdom opulences of being a king. But he is confused that when I kill all my relatives and friends and family members, maybe Kauravas only, then how should I enjoy? So he is forgetting that he is a moral code of Kshatriya. Kshatriya, the protection of weakness, killing of the army who is on wrong side, ruled with the righteous principles as dharmas or shastras prescribe. These are some of the moral codes for a Kshatriya. So here he is overtaken completely by other things. So he is attracted to bodily relationship, and he thinks that by in fact not killing these people, I shall be happy. But this is just in contradiction to what the real is, because Krishna wants him to fight and kill the people on the other side. So he should think not about his happiness. He should think of happiness of Krishna, who is the Govinda, in fact. So he has to give pleasure to the senses of Lord Krishna. If he is satisfied, everybody will be satisfied. He will also be satisfied. So killing relatives, there shall be no happiness in life, and not willing to fight, that is someone not hungry. This analogy is given here. If I am not hungry, I'm not going to cook. That means a person who is hungry will cook. So he is not hungry for the kingdom. So when he is not hungry for the kingdom, why he should go and fight and kill all those people unnecessarily? So he says that he says that it is better to two or three things he says. Firstly, it is better to die unarmed by Duryodhana rather than killed by all these dear ones, number one. Second, he says, I shall quit this battlefield and go to forest and live by begging for, I don't want this kingdom. So all these concepts are coming in his mind because he is forgetting that Krishna is with him and he wants him to fight for righteous cause. He is the father of religion is with him, and he wishes, and we just now saw that it was Krishna's will here, that Krishna wanted him to fight, but he is not ready to fight. That is why the symptoms of weakness in his heart are appearing. So now he says, even if I get kingdom, even if I'm given control of all three worlds, that is Bhulok, Prithvilok, Patalok, and the higher planets, lower planets, and the earth, then even then I'm not ready to fight. He was so much overwhelmed and emotionally moved by seeing his relatives. And so Krishna is called Govinda. Govinda means one who gives pleasure to the cows and one's senses. So it is rather contradicting the mind of Arjuna here. He indicates Krishna should understand that he is controlling my senses and he knows my state of mind. So why he is asking me to fight? He should understand what shall satisfy me, in fact. So satisfaction of Arjuna's senses is that not kill relatives. That will give him happiness. And even if he can live happily without fighting or getting killed himself in fighting, or even going to the forest begging there. So Krishna, he is saying, addressing his Govinda, Krishna, you are Govinda, you are the controller and master of senses. You should know what my senses are saying at this stage. But Govinda is not meant for satisfying our senses. As I mentioned, that we have to satisfy the senses of Lord Krishna. If Lord is satisfied, then senses of living entity will automatically be satisfied. And the analogy here is given of a tree. We water the roots of the tree. And when we water the roots of the tree, then what happens? The water goes to the stem, to branches, to leaves, fruits. Every part of the tree gets water, so is supplied with the water. Similarly, when we don't give food to our hand or foot or head or neck or chest or abdomen, we give food to the stomach. And from stomach, the food is digested and all energy is given to the entire part of the body. So if we satisfy Krishna, then all demigods will be satisfied, all living entities will be satisfied. If we worship only demigods, then it is like giving water to branches only. So this is another analogy which is mentioned ahead in this chapter. So Madhusudana, he was a killer of demon Madhu, and here the demon is of doubt in the mind of Arjuna. So Krishna is addressed here as Madhusudana because Arjuna wants that the demon of doubt which has cropped up in his mind, it should be killed by Krishna. So Arjuna is expecting that he will clear this doubt, that what is my duty here as a Kshatriya? Should I kill or should I quit the battlefield? So is this point up to this level clear? Any doubts? Hare Krishna, Mataji, Prabhuji.
No, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
So, Krishna, as you said, why not Krishna? He himself could have killed all the, adharma people who are following, like Duryodhana and all those who are the part of Duryodhana to fight with Pandavas.
Yes.
So, what I understood with your explanation, that the Krishna created whole universe, and he has given the guna, the three guna, and he himself leading us to become gunatita. So, so as Krishna, as the Sarathi of Arjuna, he himself leading us. It's Arjuna. We all as Arjuna, and Krishna, the soul, the Sarathi, he is leading us, every one of us, to kill the demon, which is making us to bind our soul and ourself to the material world. So, is my understanding making sense with your explanation, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, in fact, Krishna is very loving Father. He is very
Yes.
merciful to us. Now, whatever we have acquired from our previous lives, the three modes of material nature, he grants the next form of life accordingly, whatever we wish, right? So whatever we wish, he is sitting in our heart as Paramatma, and he permits the soul to go the way we like.
Yes.
It's not
And
it's not that he will force us to do something. He does not force us. He is Paramatma, feature of Supreme Personality of Godhead in our heart is Updrashta Anumanta. He's Updrashta, he's just overseeing our activity. He's Anumanta, he grants us permission grants permission to the soul to fulfill its desire through its senses, whether it is desire in the form of good activities, passion activities, or ignorant activities. We'll come to it when we talk about more. When we talk about that imperishable banyan tree that is fed by desires only. We are here in the
yes.
nature, the material nature, or the Prakriti, and the Lord's mercy, they help us all to attain the life form and fulfill our desires or activities as per our past karma and also our intense desires at the time of leaving previous body. So God is
Yes.
very, very kind. He does not promote us anything. It is we who are getting entangled into material nature only.
Yes.
Forget
Yes. Right.
our relationship. This is the meaning, Mataji. Your understanding
Yes.
is perfectly correct. So here we can see the condition of Arjuna. He's totally materially engrossed. He has forgotten his relationship with Supreme Personality of Godhead. He has forgot that he is not body, he is soul, and he is immortal. Even if these people are killed, they will be liberated. And it is Krishna's design to take out irreligious yada yada hi dharma se glanir. Whenever there is a religion, he appears. And he has appeared here to Paritrana Sadhuna, to protect the pious people and eliminate the miscreants. So annihilate the miscreant. That is the purpose of Krishna. So Krishna is neutral. He permits everything to happen. He now in this chapter, only in 1.25 Krishna is spoken once only. He is just shravani. He is just listening or hearing what Arjuna is saying. And and Arjuna is a pious devotee, of Krishna. He is telling every doubt which is coming to his mind very clearly to Lord Krishna. And we'll come ahead. We can see that he's considering Krishna as a friend only when he's talking about Shankara. So that he says that there is no pleasure in, without relatives. As I mentioned, when you are happy, you want to share our happiness with our friends and relatives. And if I become the king of Hastinapur and I regain my rightful throne, then with whom I'm going to share my happiness? Because happiness, but Lord is saying different thing. Lord wants him to rule in the just manner or righteous manner, not in the way Kauravas did or Duryodhana or Dhritarashtra was. Duryodhana wanted or Dhritarashtra wanted. So Govinda, as I just now mentioned, he knows he has the understanding of all this. He controls the senses of everybody, and he basically knows what Arjun wants. That is why he says that you should understand what I actually want at this stage. And then Madhusudana, here the demon of doubt in the mind of Arjuna has to be killed by Krishna. So this is what he's saying, that you have to kill. Everyone wants to show his happiness to his friends. And then Arjuna also called Krishna as Janardana. Janardana means the person who is the protector and abode of every living being. When Krishna is the protector of every living being, then why he is asking me to kill all these people? But if, as I just now, Mataji, your doubt is mentioned here, in this fact is explained here, the Janardana word is very significant here. Janardana means one who is the abode and protector of all living beings. And if Krishna is the protector and abode of every living being, then why I should kill these people? Because if Krishna kills all these people, why? Because he is a, he is a supreme personality of Godhead, and he will not incur any kind of sinful reaction by killing all these people. So Lord does not tolerate any mischief done to the devotee by the miscreants. So he wants Kauravas did lot of mischief against Arjuna and Pandavas as a general. So he wants them to be killed. The third reason which is given is a fear. He was afraid of sinful reactions. This is now there are 6 kinds of aggressors which are given in scriptures. One who is a poison giver. One, these are Arjuna was fearful reaction. Now sinful reaction can take place under these 6 conditions. First, one who gives poison to another person. Second, one who sets fire to the house of another person or his even enemy. One who attacks with deadly weapons. One who plunders riches of other person. And fifth is one who occupies another's land. And sixth is one who kidnaps another wife. These are 6 kinds of aggressor mentioned in Shastras. So the Dharma says that these people can be killed and no sinful reaction will occur if you kill. So can we have some devotees naming some of the people from Shastras? Poison giver, remember anybody who gave poison to
Meera, their
yes,
brother or sister of her husband. They gave poison to
Meera.
Meera.
And,
Yes.
and any other example? Anyone else? In Dashavtar, we heard about it.
And the Shiva, he himself drank the poison which is came out of that manthan.
No, somebody who wanted to kill other
Putani.
person. Other person.
Putani.
Putana.
Putani.
Putni, very nice. Yes, Putna wanted to kill Krishna by
Krishna,
making
yes.
him drink breast milk. And third example we discussed in the Shavtar. Mataji, please don't forget like this. Anyone? Pankaj Prabhu, where are you?
Oh,
What about Prahlad Maharaj?
Chipu.
Hiranyakashipu wanted to kill his own son because he was
Yes.
always remembered Vishnu. So he didn't want that. He wanted Prahlad Maharaj to learn the demonic characters and virtues. So these are some of the examples. Now one who sets fire to the house. Yes. Any example where house or kingdom of a person was set on fire?
Duryodhana
Hanuman
sent
set fire to Sri Lanka.
Yeah, true example. Thank you, Mataji. There are 2 examples. Hanuman.
Duryodhana sent to burn Kauravas,
Lakshagriha.
Pandava's house,
Yes, very nice. So this is
which was
this is
made
the
by
perfect.
Lac.
So now the house of Pandavas were burned by Kauravas. So that was a sinful. That will earn a sinful reaction. But what about in case of Hanuman? Will it burning of Lanka by Lord Hanuman? Will it incur any kind of sinful reaction?
No, it was purposely.
It will not, because the Ravana had kidnapped the wife of Lord Ram, and he was on path of irreligion. So here the burning of Lanka was not, will not incur any kind of sinful reaction. But the burning of Pandava's palace by Kauravas will incur a sinful reaction. Right? Thank you, Mataji. Very nice. And one who plunders riches, example from Shastra, somebody has taken the wealth and all the property, not property, we'll come to property is next, all the wealth and riches of a kingdom, and which was,
Duryodhana.
sorry, Mataji?
Duryodhan.
Yes, Duryodhan is one. Very nice. Kauravas, they did, rightful owner of the kingdom were Pandavas, but Duryodhana or Dhritarashtra, they didn't want to give it to. Second example, some example for Ramayana.
Wali and Sugriva.
Very nice.
Bali
Mataji.
and Sugriva,
Very
yes.
nice. Can you explain, Mataji, a little more about Bali and Sugriva?
Actually, I'm not very clear, Prabhu.
No problem, Mataji. Whatever you know, please tell, so that we all learn, from each other.
I think Sri Rama, Sri Rama was for justice. So he had promised Sugriva that he will be helping him. And I think he killed Wali unknowingly. Am I right? I mean, in a decisive way, by
Yeah.
arrowing at him.
The story goes like this, that there was a
Thank you,
demon,
Prabhuji.
there was a demon with whom the Bali was fighting. They went into a cave and asked Bali asked Sugriv to stand as a doorman at the point of the gate of the cave. And till, now for months Sugriv was standing over there. Now, what happens that suddenly there is no sound of swords or fire, the fighting coming out from the cave. So he thought that now Bali's and the demons are both are killed. So he took over the charge of the kingdom. Now Bali, when he comes out, finds that Sugriv is the lord here. Then he forcibly takes away wife of Sugriv, and also entire kingdom is taken over by Bali forcefully. Whereas Sugriv was the rightful owner. Then, all those stories that Sugriv came in, Lord came in, Lord Ram comes in, and they seek the help of Lord Rama in regaining that. So Bali, the example of Bali is another who plundered the riches of another person. And one who occupies another's land. Any other example from Shastra?
Land.
You know very well. Of course, Sugriv, case of Bali is there. And also a case of Duryodhana or the Kauravas, right? And one who kidnaps another wife.
Bali and then Ravana.
Ravana.
Yeah, so these are 6 kind of aggressors. But we know that in case of setting fire to one's house or kingdom, Hanuman was there, he did not incur any sinful reaction. But Kauravas will, because they burnt, the palace of Pandavas for material gains, because they wanted to retain the kingdom. They didn't want the Pandavas to rule or to get back their land. So these are 6 type of aggressors. This may be a question in your assignment when you are preparing for your examination in level 2. So Kaurava did all these 6 kind of aggression on the Pandavas. Hence, killing them would not give any sinful reaction. This is what Lord says. There is no problem. They are on path of irreligion. If you kill them, there shall be no irreligion. So Madhava is husband of goddess of fortune. Now, why Madhava is mentioned here is why Arjuna is addressing Madhava? Because if I kill my relatives, then misfortune will come upon me. So Madhava, you are the husband of fortune. So why you are bringing misfortune to me? So Arjuna is also called Madhava, indicating that Krishna should not engage Arjuna. That would ultimately bring about misfortune to everybody. Misfortune in the sense that when relatives, friends, or elders are killed, or innocent people fighting on both sides killed, that will bring misfortune to him. So, however, never brings misfortune to anyone, to say nothing of his devotees. So when Krishna is there, he is asking his devotee to fight and kill his enemies, then of course misfortune will not incur upon them, or there shall not be any sinful reaction. So this is analogy of this, the explanation of that sinful reaction will not happen if Pandavas kill, Kauravas. Then he sees destruction of family. As I just now mentioned, destruction of family means in the battlefield, what will happen that all the elders like Dronacharya, Kripacharya, Bhishma, Pitama, and elders, all people, they will be killed. These people are the elders of the family are responsible for getting sanskar performed, and sanskars are basically process of purification of an individual, so that his existence becomes purified and person becomes religious or spiritual in his attitude and conduct. So if elders are killed, who will carry on the, somebody, when somebody is born, he doesn't know anything. Who tell us all to do all these things, these sanskar or good things or bad things, how to discriminate between two evil and good. So these are done by elders. When elders are killed, who will tell us all these things? And when purification process or sanskar are not given to the progeny, then what will happen? They will not know about religion. And they do not know about religion, or they do not know the righteous path of spending their life, then they will be involved in irreligious activities. When irreligious activities are there, predominantly present in society, the ladies or the women of the society, the households, they will become corrupt. Because they will not know the religion, and when they are corrupt, the then children of which are called children of evil nature shall be produced, and they are labeled as here Varna Sankara. So when Varna Sankara are produced, they will create havoc in the society, because they will be predominantly demonic in their nature. And when they are demonic in nature, there shall be complete chaos in the society. So if I kill all these my relatives, then all the family traditions will be destroyed, and I will go to, Narak. I will go to hell by killing all these people. And second is Patati Pitrao. Now, elders teach us that we have to give water and food to our pitras. We have to do Shraddha ceremony for our elderly people who have died or passed away, But when this training is not given to the people, and Bar Sankara will not do it, then our pitras, or the, our the elderly people who have passed away, they will not be happy and satisfied. They will not get food and water. And when they are not satisfied, we will also not be satisfied. We will not be satisfied. And third reason is that all the welfare activities of society or community projects, when elders are destroyed, elders are killed in the battlefield, then all the fruitful of these activities which are socially productive and beneficial to common people, they shall be all, not carried out. So this is the table here given: destruction of dynasty, family tradition shall be vanquished, and family will be involved in irreligion. In Varnashram system defines that these must be carried out. They define prescribed duties for each word. That is Kshatriya, duty of Brahmana, duty of Kshatriya, duty of a Vaishya, or duty of a Shudra. So when the family becomes a religion, that Varna Ashrama will not be followed by. And who institute the Varna Ashrama system? The elder members of the family. So they are responsible for sanskar or purifying processes in family from birth to death. We know from, Namkaran sanskar, Garbhadhan sanskar, Padigrade sanskar, so many sanskars are there, Karnachedra sanskar, Anaprashan sanskar, and, Padigrade sanskar, then Antim sanskar. So many sanskars take place. There are 24 of them. 10 are supposed to be done mandatorily, but sometimes they are forgotten in modern society, except for a couple of them. The first sanskar is Garbhadhan sanskar. When a lady conceives, then is a certain period of that antenatal period, a kind of sanskar is carried out, so that the baby, the growing baby, is protected. He becomes a virtuous person, and he grows healthy person, and does perform good work or beneficial work for the society. So Garbhadhan sanskar, and we know many other things. I'm not going into details of these sanskars. So when this process is interrupted, so death, elder will stop The death of elder will stop purification process. The young members of the family become religious because they have not received the sanskar. And when they not receive sanskar, they lose chance for spiritual salvation. Elevation to higher planets cannot take place because they have not been. So there are since 16 sanskars in Manu Smriti, right from Garbhadan. Then this is the 3rd month of pregnancy. This is called Pumasavanam Sanskar. Then Simantam, Jatakarmam, Namkaran Sanskar, Nishkraman Sanskar, Annaprashan. These are all sanskar are mentioned here until the Antim Sanskar. So these 16 sanskar are given out of 40 sanskar. From 40, they came down to 24, from 24 to 16. And now, if we go to evaluate our society and practice, very, very few are practiced at this moment. People do not know about these sanskar. 16 are major. So, this is in further verses. Arjuna sees destruction of family society. They are described here. One's ashrama system is for peace, prosperity, and spiritual progress in life. Because if everybody, Brahmana, Kshatriya, or Vaishya, or Shudra, he performs his prescribed duties as prescribed in the scriptures, then one is a chance of getting liberation, right? So, what if one is not performing the Varnashrama duties? One is that these 4 words are there: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra, and ashram are Brahmachari, Grahasth, Vanaprasth, and the sannyas ultimately. So these are 4 ashrama and 4 varnas. So for each section, definite duties have been described in the scriptures. So, but if one does not follow these prescribed duties, then there shall be no salvation. And one perform the prescribed duties as given in the scriptures, and works for the satisfaction of Lord Krishna, or dedicates all his activities to Krishna, there is a chance of liberation. So this is the cycle here given. When elder members of what the effect of failure of Varnashram system in our society at present is, and also what explained by Arjuna. Elder members of the family responsible for purifying processes in family from birth to death. We have seen those sanskars. And death of elder will stop the purification process. When death, then young members become irreligious. They lose chance of spiritual salvation. And secondly, when religion is prominent in the family, women like children needs protection. Women need children need protection. Srila Prabhupada in his commentary has mentioned that women need protection all through life. First, when they are born by father. When they are grown up and they get married by their husband, and when they are old, and then the son should give protection to women. Women are also to be given protection. But when there is irreligion in this society, who will give the protection to women? Good population depends on faithful and chastity of women. So this is very important. Good population. We can evaluate our society of today under this context. When there is religion's immediate effect is that women become polluted. So they give rise to unwanted progeny, which is called Varn Shankara. So Varn Shankara, when Varn Shankara is unwanted progeny, child is born, then ancestors are not delivered, fall down, because there shall be no Shraddha ceremony, no water giving, or no water offering or food offering to our Pitras, then they are not delivered. Ancestors are not delivered. They remain their subtle body only. We call them Pretatma, or whatever in that form. So unwanted progeny will result to risk of war and pestilence. They will be fighting with each other. And when they are leaders of fighting, so they bring about chaos in society by destroying Sanatana Dharma. So this is the effect of destruction. So Arjuna says, why should I kill my elders? All the family traditions will be destroyed and there will be complete chaos. I will go to hell. And all the social beneficial projects, they shall be stalled. So Arjuna heard from Dharma Shastra, those who destroy family tradition dwell in the hell. I just mentioned that I will go to hell or Narak. Why should I kill all these things? This is the 4th reason which he has given for not fighting. So degradation of society, again, it is repeated here, step by step. Superiors are killed, then destruction of eternal family tradition, which leads to irreligion predominance of family, and women become polluted. Then unchaste, then unwanted progeny is given. The present society, all kinds of country projects and family welfare activities are devastated. This results in chaos in society. This is what is happening in our society as of today. Then Arjuna is fearful of sinful reaction. Arjuna in 44 says, why should I kill my relatives and elders? Because killing relatives is at the moment, what he is evaluating is just for my desire to achieve the throne and become enjoy the kingdom. So, but I don't want to kill my relatives. So that will not only earn sinful reaction for me, it will be a papa karma, or it shall be a sin on my part, and I will be ultimately facing the sinful reaction for killing these people. So I shall not get happiness. So he says that better to die in the battlefield unarmed. Let Duryodhan kill me without by any Pashpat Astra or the Gandiva. And he's very soft-hearted. He is very kind, and also he is very merciful, compassionate, because these are the qualities of a pure devotee or a pure Vaishnava. So now this entire Arjuna is totally overwhelmed by the seeing his relatives and friends and elders. He is overtaken by the material concept of life. And Lord Krishna in the verse next chapter, verse number 2.6, he says that I am now undecided, and then he surrenders to Lord Krishna. Now you tell me what to do. Now, unless we surrender to Lord, we are always in a state of doubt, and we are always fearful for things we do not know. But we have faith in Lord. If we have full faith in Krishna, then that Krishna will take care of us in every circumstances. He will take our Yogashema Bhavna. Krishna has assured that I will give you what you lack, and I will protect what you possess. If we have that kind of faith only, which Arjuna develops much later in the Bhagavad Gita. So all these kinds of doubts and fear, they will keep on dominating in Arjuna's mind till he listens from Krishna, and Lord Krishna clears his doubts. So he is overwhelmed with grief and cast aside his bow and arrows and sat down in the chariot like this. He said, Lord, I cannot fight. Why I should kill my baby? I do not want to happiness of kingdom. And even if I get the kingdom, where shall be my happiness shared with? Whom with I shall be sharing my happiness? So I don't want. It is better to die. And this is weakness of Karpana dosho pehta swabhav. This is a weakness of his heart here, because he's totally absorbed or totally overtaken by the material conception of life, not the bodily, that is bodily conception of life, not the spiritual conception of life. So this is verse number 46. Now, the reasons for, saintly qualities of Arjuna is defined here. He was soft-hearted. He does not want to kill even for exchange of 3 words. He said that I will go, I may get killed, I may go to forest begging, or even if you give me 3 words, the kingdom of all 3 words, even then I don't want to fight. He is ready to forgive aggressors, though there is no reaction in killing them. There is no sinful reaction. As I gave you in the example, there are 6 kinds of aggressors. So, and the Kauravas exemplified all the 6 kinds of aggression against the Pandavas. Now, he's even at this stage, being the rightful owner of the throne of Hastinapur, he wants to forgive these people. So this is a saintly quality or divine quality of Arjuna. And he considers evil consequences even at the risk of refusing obligation to fight. He said that I'm prepared to face any bad, future or bad consequence if I'm blamed to be running away from the battle. He wants to run away from the battlefield. He wants to go to forest. He's conscious of obligations to protect family traditions and morals. We have said destruction of dynasty what effect will have. He doesn't know all these things very well. Though Krishna is quietly listening and understanding he's Gunakesha as well as Rishikesha. He knows everything, what is going on in the mind of So Krishna is controlling all these things. He is permitting, as just Chanda Mataji said, he is permitting all these things to come up in the mind of Arjuna so that the message of Lord Krishna can be delivered to Arjuna. It is Krishna's will that Arjuna is confused, and Arjuna is not confused. It is because Krishna wants him to be confused, and he wants him to ask many things so that he is prepared ultimately to fight against the Kauravas, right? So this is beautiful part of it here. Now he is being saintly, is conscious of moral principle and ready to be killed unarmed but not retaliate. Custom according to Kshatriya fighting principles, unarmed and unwilling foe should not be attacked. That is the principle. In fact, if arm is not there, then the other person will not fight with arm. So these symptoms are due to soft-heartedness resulting from being a pure devotee of great, and kept his bow down, even broke his bow of not keeping the bow once lifted. This was the vow he has taken, that once if I lift my Gandhi, I will not put it down until I kill my enemies. But here, overtaken by grief and compassion for and fear of sinful reaction, indecisiveness, the destruction of dynasty factor, and also considering there shall be no enjoyment if I kill all my friends with whom I'm going to see, share my happiness. He is putting down his bow and he says that I am not going to fight. So the conclusion, he was a very saintly person. These all virtues refer to a person who is very saintly and who is very just. So conclusion, such a kind and soft-hearted person is fit to receive self-knowledge. Now I told you that Krishna is permitting all this thing to happen so that Arjun, the message, the divine message could be delivered by Lord Krishna. So when Krishna is a indweller in our heart, he knows our heart, how sincere we are, how pure in our thoughts we are, how virtuous we are. Accordingly, now after assessing all these factors, Krishna decides to talk to Arjuna, which happens in chapter number 2. So conclusion is, such a kind and soft-hearted person is fit to receive self-knowledge, transcendental knowledge. And who is giving this transcendental knowledge? None other than Krishna himself. So this is last verse. So this is reasons for not fighting, wishing to fight. These are summarized. The reasons are given here. Compassion and no enjoyment, destruction of family tradition, saintliness and fearful. He was fearful of sinful reaction after killing. Reaction will happen. Whenever we do any pap karma, the reactions do take place and we have to suffer the reactions out of those pap karma. And in 2.6, as I mentioned, in the last second chapter, he says why he is indecisive. And all these 5 doubts are cleared by Lord Krishna in next chapter. So this is summary. We shall begin next chapter with this summary. You can read it. Yesterday's talk on part 1 of chapter 1 has already posted on the YouTube in the playlist. I will share the link of the playlist. Those devotees who have missed it, they can go through it. We'll not read it here. Tomorrow we shall take up all this summary of chapter 1 before starting. So the basics teaching is that we should not act under material conception of life. Lord is present in us. He is our Rishikesha. He is controller, guide, Anumanta, Upadrashta. He is guiding us at the moment. We should follow what the Lord says within us, what our soul says. And we should surrender to Lord. Then all senses will be guided properly by Lord Krishna himself. And we should think of satisfying Lord's senses. If we are able to satisfy the senses of Lord, our senses will automatically be satisfied. Analogy of watering a root or feeding a stomach is already very clear. So this is end of Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 1. If there is any question, I shall be happy to answer. Prabhuji and Mataji, you can unmute and you can even
Prabhuji,
put your video on also so that you can answer. Yes.
may I, Prabhuji? Chapter 1, There are many points, there are many explanation which I understood very well. But out of the box, when the destruction of family relation. So at that point of time, when you explain that whatever the rituals we follow, from where we are getting, that is then lineage from our elders, it is coming to us, and from us, it will forward it to the next generation, right? But the kind of pitri tarpan which we do in rituals, like offering food and water and clothing, and however doing that kind of ritual. So out of the box, Prabhuji, that's I think how the question is coming in mind. So as in the Bhagavad Gita, it is said that when the living entity dies, it is likely to take another birth, right? So after years, we are doing the Tarpana rituals for the Pitri Tarpan, the Atma Shanti. So does the Atma still it is there, because it is said that the Atma will rebirth, it will take rebirth. So actually it always, pinch in my brain that how it is actually. I want to know something deeper about it, that how it goes.
In fact, we know that during certain period of year, there is a, Kanagat, and during Pitra Paksh period, those 15 days, our,
Yes.
our Pitras or the elders who are in the Pitralok, they expect us to feed them for the whole year. We do it for one day only, on the particular tithi of their
Yes.
isn't it? But that is a ritual which has to be done to satisfy them. It is I think it is a symbolic, I cannot say it correctly, it is a symbolic thing, but yes, it reaches them. When you read about, this and Garud Puran, the duties of a son, and all other shastras, it is very clearly defined that all Pitras, that is our elders who are in the heavenly planets, they should be satisfied. And after certain, once you do Pindadan, then there it is no Shraddha ceremony is performed, right? So every year they have to be satisfied. Now, if there is disorder in society, there is nobody knows about that Pitras also need our food and offering of our food, and they accept it. So if we don't do those sanskar ceremony, who will do it? Nobody will do it. Not only this thing, Pitralok, only all other things, Namkaran sanskar, Annaprashan sanskar, Garbhadhan sanskar, so many sanskar are there. Before going to, then one who is going to school, there is a sanskar. One starts writing, then also there is a sanskar. Right from beginning, from the, Garbhadhan sanskar. So if these sanskar are not performed, purification process are, then that divine vibrations or that purity will not happen. So that is those sanskars are essential. And I gave just, this is just open house, option. Evaluate our society, our family structures, our systems. What are we doing? Are we following those things? Or do our children know these things? Or are they going to practice them in future? And in the Kali Yuga, Kalki Avatar, unity family system, there shall be no recognition of parents of either side, This kind of thing is prevalent. So Arjuna is talking about the end of Dwapar, even when Kali Yuga has not started. So but that shows that he is conscious of all duties that one is supposed to perform. Yes, Bhavika.
Got it. Yes, got it, Prabhuji. Thank you for enlightening me and the doubt clear.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Bhavika.
Yes, Prabhuji, in this attendance link, there is two columns which I don't know what to write. One column is mentioned 8434040052. What we need to write there, and the other column is
Level 2. Mataji, you are at the level 2 now. I think it
Yeah.
refers to level 2.
Yes, Prabhuji, I think there's a wrong link. Because
The
it's-
attendance thing is not okay, Prabhuji.
Not
yes,
okay.
because
We
it's showing
cannot,
Sharda as
Okay.
level 3.
and we cannot click on level 2.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So there may be some problem. So what I will suggest, level 2 you can't open. I have not
No,
done it.
Prabhuji, the link which you have
The
shared, I guess it's for level 3.
option which we used to get earlier, today it is different where we can't
Okay,
click.
okay.
There is no,
Okay,
the
I
options is
understand.
the same.
I see. I will post another link, Mataji, don't worry. Just a few seconds.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
This one, second one, let me try. I've just posted another.
No, it is the same.
It is same. Now this one.
Same.
It's same.
Oh, oh, oh.
It's like giving an example that my name is Sharda, your answer, and then phone number and your phone number. But in the level 2 and 3, level 2, there is just a star where it is not taking the click.
Okay, just a minute. Let me see. Mataji, I'll just let me copy it from other place. Sometimes link gets corrupt. That may be a possibility because the link is same which I'm sharing with you. This is what I got. Attendance for level 2 and 3. I am just copying it again. And now, just please tell me about this link which I'm posting now, because this link should work.
It's the same.
It's not working. I think it has got corrupt. So, I am just opening this link, Mataji. Let me see. Your answer is here. Your answer. Cell, this is for cell number, right? Your email, cell number, Sharda S, your answer, your name, level 2, level 3.
I think this attendance is for level 3 only.
You put level 3, no problem, Mataji.
Okay.
No problem. This is the original links. You can put level 3 because this is pre-bhakti shastri, no? So you put level 3, no problem.
And Prabhuji, for Sharda S, what should we write?
Sharda S stands for a name, you're not a name. You see, first is email, second is your mobile number. Please do not add country code. If you are, yes, country code has to be added. You add 91 or your country code if you are from other country other than India. Put your country code and then number. Then your name here has to become, then label, mark level 3 because this is level 2, level 3. Name of teacher you can select. How many times you are doing the japa. Then Mangala Arti. Mangala Arti starts at ISKCON Mangalore temple at about 4:30, and there is puja which is going on. There is chanting of holy name, the Mahamantra, and thereafter again morning puja, Guru puja, all these things are taking place. So whether you are watching or doing it at home, you have mentioned any valuable feedback, you can then submit like this. Attendance for level 2 and 3 both. This is combined. So you mark level 3, no problem. Because it is not working.
Prabhuji, what will be there in level 3? We are doing level 2, right? So in 3, what will be there?
Mataji, in level 3, besides Bhagavad Gita, there are 2 other books, Nectar of Instructions and Ishopanishad. And
Okay.
level 3,
Yeah, you said.
Nectar of Devotion will also come later on.
Okay.
Prabhuji, for this level 2, do we have a quiz type how we had for the level 1? for each chapter?
Mataji, I did not get your question correctly.
Prabhuji, for level 1, after each chapter, we used to get a quiz for that chapter. So for level 2 also, we will have the same procedure.
There are assignments, Mataji, in level 2 or level 3 that you are supposed to, answer. There are short questions only. You have to answer like name the 6 aggressors, right? These type of questions with examples. So this type of assignment will be coming, or you may be answered what were the reason for Arjuna for not fighting, or what are the qualities of a saintly person or devotee. Some this type of questions will be given, short questions, 7, 8. You have to write it in your own handwriting with a blue ink pen or blue gel pen, and then take a photo of it, convert into PDF and upload on the link which is provided to you. So this is how we do it in the assignments. And these assignments are corrected, and thereafter you are elevated to next class. So
How many questions will be there, Prabhuji?
but don't worry, it is a short answer kind of questions, not very detailed, not write-ups, long. So I will stop here this recording here, okay?